Hello and welcome to the Superhero Hub. I'm Sam,
Matt.
and today we're reviewing
Fear the Walking Dead.
Tell 'em.
Is she dead or not?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm going to say no.
If I was to,
My rule is that they don't die on screen and they don't die.
yeah, because I would say I was kind of ambivalent about it because, but I figure they can bring her back and they can do that hacky shit and be like, oh, you didn't see her die on screen or whatever, but they don't need her. She's trash.
Who cares if they don't need her, though? It's what they do. It's like The Walking Dead doesn't have form. Didn't they do the same thing with Glenn?
When? Glenn is...
Didn't he, but before that, he sort of died and then he came back. No, he didn't die, really.
Yeah, but...
That bullshit.
For this, if they keep her away for 1.5 seasons and then bring her back and they're just like, oh, not... But can you imagine anyone really being like, oh, we've got to get Madison back? The show's not the same.
Yeah, but I can imagine them also being like, if it doesn't matter, we can bring her back.
They'll be like, Madison's gone, the show's not the same, and then people will be like, oh, finally, we've been waiting for the show not to be the same for the past 2 seasons. I'd say it's her time to go. It's interesting, though, they've murked off 2 main characters in the kind of same season, so now Alicia's pretty much the only one of them family members yet. And... Yeah. Like, shit.
I will say a positive. I did sort of like how, for most of the episode, they like the usual main characters, Alicia and the doctor. Was he a doctor? No, he's your man,
con man, Strand.
Yeah, that guy. They were kind of positioned as like the villains.
Yeah,
which is how I see them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was interesting, but.
Well, my issue is it was all for a dumb reason because you go through all that stuff and then you can't... We were given the impression she'd turn front page. Alicia thought like she's responsible for the... Because I guess she thought she was a double agent and no one talked it through. And then they're like, oh, forget about it. Let's be cool. And then they do the tape and then it's like... She's like, oh, I ran off because... Yeah, she was like, oh, I ran off because I thought you were dead. And then they were like, well, we thought you were dead. So it was just like, what's your
issue? That was it.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Right, exactly. There was no big revelation. There was no anything. All they needed to do... I get that the conceit was Alicia didn't want to have the conversation because she was so angry, so she needed the tape to calm her down. I get that. But when you got down to the bare bones of it, all they needed to do was have a conversation and you realise she didn't betray him.
Oh, well,
there was no betrayal. There was no big et-tu moment. There was no nothing.
That's, you're really flexing, aren't you? Et-tu brute.
I know stuff.
Well, I've lost my threat. I'm going to take
We're talking about how there was no... They were just having a conversation. That was it.
Well, my highlight for the episode is when Al was like, give me, like, I would have punched in the coochie. I was like, oh, steady. That was great, right? I loved it. I was like, ah. And I was kind of hoping she was, I'm not going to lie, during that whole fight scene, I was really expecting her to punch her in the pum-pum, and it never happened. So, yeah, for about 5 minutes, I was nearly burning a hole in the screen. That's how much I was paying attention to it. And as usual, it let me down.
I did like, in Madison's interview, she was essentially, and the whole reason for going to the baseball stadium and whatnot, she was essentially addressing what my problem was with the show, in that they were all really unlikable and doing awful things, and her reason for taking them there was just trying to get them to stop them from doing that. I guess maybe it's maybe killing them off is a course. I mean, because the guy, he has to leave, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
The son, but I thought maybe killing Madison off if she has gone for good is a course correction by the writers, kind of acknowledging how they have gone wrong, at least in my opinion.
Well, Alicia has to pull her socks up now because, yeah, of course, correction, Madison died, but you had Alicia still acting like a bit of a smackhead for the whole...
Yeah, but they addressed that in this episode, didn't they?
Yeah, so but you know 2 episodes down the line there's a very high chance they're just gonna put her back to it. That's what
Maybe.
they always do in the show. My issue's the Mexican girl, like she's a bit of a spare part. It's like
Yes.
she's just like, oh, whatever you say I'm just gonna do. She's just kind of there, and it's kind of annoying to me. It's like, ugh, go away.
I don't know how Alicia's going to resolve the little girl either.
Um, I
I get Alicia's calmed down. She's not trying to kill, the cowboy's girlfriend now, but the little girl still killed her brother.
Yeah, but like it was the Mexican girl who drew against her, didn't she? And then like
Mm.
she only got away because of a distraction. So I mean that's what I mean. That Mexican girl like drawing your gat against a little kid. Who do you think you are? Even
She
though
should kill the kid. The kid's murderer.
yeah, but like it's like
That's dangerous. That's the one person you should have a right to kill.
yeah, but she ain't shit.
Yeah, you know they're not going to kill her, though. They're not going to do that. I don't know, but what I mean is, like, how are you going to reconcile that?
Yeah,
Are they
but
really going to carry the little girl around with them?
yeah, yeah, but the if the Mexican girl shot the kid, I'd just be like, oh, the Mexican girl's even more annoying now. It's like she ain't got an original thought in her head. She's kind
But
of,
I mean, she might do now, though, with less characters involved.
we'll see.
About Nick, about Madison, someone's got to pick up the slack. Hopefully, I mean, I'd rather it as Morgan than the cowboy guy, but, whatever.
Yeah, so
I mean,
now they have to find a place to live because I mean, there's no villains or nothing. I guess they're just going to be wandering around for another place to live, and then they'll go in there and start shooting the owners up and take that over.
Madison's death in itself, though, that just didn't work for me. I don't know what it was. If maybe it was the editing, maybe it was the music, I don't know, but it just never clicked.
Yeah, they spent the whole episode as well, like doing this big thing, like, oh yeah, Madison's just Pierre talking about her kids and all this, and then she dies at the end. Like, I don't really care
I just didn't feel like an emotional impact. It felt more like,
because
I
she's
mean, even
white.
though I don't, yeah, but even though I don't like the character, I at least thought they could have made the moment work with her sacrificing stuff for their kids. But it's just the scene. It was like running away and running into a building and cutting to and fro. It just felt like a badly edited music video. It
What do you
didn't feel
expect?
like a definite TV show. And she's still gonna come back. You don't die on screen, and you don't die.
Let's talk numbers.
7.
6.5.
Okay,
Didn't mean nothing to me. I'm Sam.
I'm not.
I'll see you next time on the Superhero Hub.